We've been talking about the global crunch in energy supplies in recent weeks. Now Turkey is feeling the strain. Ankara has ordered its biggest gas consumers, among them electricity producers and large factories, to scale back massively for 3 days. In effect, that means power outages and stoppages on factory floors. Now, behind the decision is a supply problem in Iran. That's the source of about 16% of gas supplies going into Turkey. Now, Iran stopped gas flows to the country for 10 days, citing a technical problem on its end. Its own gas consumption has meanwhile jumped due to cold temperatures. In Turkey, local and international companies are suffering, from Turkish carmaker Tofas to French carmaker Renault, which is shutting down production for 2 weeks. But not all companies can simply shut off. Look at this. Thilo Paul, managing director of the German Chamber of Commerce in Istanbul, warned that industrial plants can't simply switch off, many of them without damaging technically sensitive systems, including blast furnaces. Now, that can cost millions. All of this coming meanwhile with Turkey in the middle of an economic slump. Now, for more on this, let's go to our DW correspondent in Istanbul, Julia Han. Julia, good to see you. How serious is this outage hitting Turkish businesses?
Well, similar gas supply cuts, Stephen, have happened here in Turkey in the past, but they did not lead to power outages in the industrial sector on such a great scale. This is Turkey's worst energy crunch in decades. Experts are saying the government imposed a 3-day energy cut on hundreds of industrial zones here in the country. Multiple companies have announced disruptions or stopped production entirely, not only in the car industry, but also in the textile sector, in iron, glass, steel production, and so on. So if these companies can't produce, even if it's just for 3 days, they fear they will not be able to fulfill their export commitments, so exports are threatened, and this could potentially also affect international markets like the European market.
All right, so Turkey has ordered that crunch in supplies for 3 days. Iran, meanwhile, saying that it needs 10 days to solve its problem. What is Turkey going to do in the meantime?
Well, the government has to try to solve this, because the fear here in the country right now is, apart from the obvious economic and financial damage, that the blackouts and the gas supply restrictions could also affect households. Although the government has pledged that wouldn't be the case. Now, officials from the state-run Turkish pipeline company Botash have been sent on an emergency mission to Tehran to try to resolve this stoppage. But you have to know that these disruptions really come at a very delicate time for Turkey. Demand for energy has skyrocketed, especially now that it's winter. But the Turkish currency, the lira, has weakened very badly against the dollar and the euro. So imports of energy have become very, very expensive, both for the industry and for households.
You know, gas supplies are in high demand right now around the world. That's probably only going to increase in the years ahead with the transition for many countries. Is this prompting any kind of a rethink for Ankara?
Well, this is what experts and government critics have been demanding in recent days, highlighting that Turkey is nearly fully dependent on gas imports from Azerbaijan, Russia, and Iran. So these experts are basically saying that Turkey has to diversify energy suppliers, increase energy efficiency, improve storage, or develop alternative energy resources. So what they're saying is the government has to be prepared much better for future outages.
All right, Julia Han in Istanbul, thank you very much.